problems. MLB's got problems. They've got problems with different levels of revenue stream. They've surely got problems with the spending fortunes of some of these owners in the smaller markets. You look at the lowest payrolls in baseball. These guys are all getting the equal share of the TV national revenue. These guys, the bottom 7 teams, are all getting, quote, revenue share money from the big money franchises, the Yankees and the Mets and the Red Sox and the Cubs, and now San Diego will be paying into that fund. Look at the payrolls of these teams compared to where the Padres payroll is now at 254, or the Yankee payroll is in the 270s, or the Mets payroll, which is in another galaxy, $324 million this season. All those guys are getting TV money and revenue share money from everybody else, and they're not spending it. They're not signing any type of veteran free agent, whether it would be a superstar, a.k.a. Manny Machado, or be a bottom-level free agent like Craig Stammen. They're not spending any money on anything, and that, to me, is appalling, and that falls at the front door of Rob Manfred. What baseball really needs to do is to legislate the distribution of money with a demand that you're taking revenue share money, you're going to spend on players. And we're going to establish not a salary cap at top, a floor to spending.
Mm-hmm.
You have to spend. The average, the mid-level of all baseball payrolls is $148 million. That's pretty significant.
Mm-hmm.
That should be the floor to spending. So that means the Oakland A's and the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Orioles and Tampa Bay need to spend to $148 million. And what that allows, it makes everybody available to go to every team. So a guy that might have never considered the Pittsburgh Pirates or the Oakland A's or small market Tampa would go there because Tampa has to spend to get to the floor, $148 million. More money, mid-level free agents. There's good ball players. Maybe they're not going to be $30 million ball players, but there's good ball players who would go into all these teams. And the bottom line is all those franchises would get better because they're having better players on their roster because they have to pay more to spend to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
If I were king, that's how I would solve baseball's problem. Your reaction?
Yeah, this is an interesting topic because we don't really know behind the curtain what the profitability of all these teams are. You know, are they only spending 38 million and just putting another 100 million in their pocket at the end of the year or not? Now, but each of these teams has a story. There's a situation like the Oakland A's. They've had a fire sale. They are, allegedly going to be moving. I don't know if there's going to be a sale of the franchise if they move, but that's a team in transition. The next one on the list were the Pirates. And to me, that's a disgrace. I mean, they've got that player, Brian Reynolds, on their team that they are refusing to pay market rate. This is a star. He's frustrated. He's asking for a trade. They've got a beautiful ballpark. They've made big upgrades in that stadium, and they're just not spending the money. Who are the other teams that are on the list? Baltimore has got a lot of young talent coming up. Okay, maybe they're kind of bringing up a wave of young guys. Cleveland's on that list. They're in the playoffs. I mean, they're doing pretty good. Same with the Rays. But to your point, if the lower tier teams were spending at a floor, then we would see a lot more economic opportunity for free agency.
Exactly. And what makes the National Football League a success? The competitive balance. That's the big issue because they have a floor.
Mm-hmm.
You have to spend close to the salary cap. More money available for more players to go to these other places, get the chance to play, become a star, and by the way, make the Detroit Lions of the NFL a better franchise.
Yeah.
That's a solution, but it's got to be negotiated through the next guy that we're going to talk about.